Welcome back, guys, to another episode of No Rescue Podcast. I'm super stoked for today because we are going to be diving in the life of my good friend, Shawn Finnegan. He is a serial entrepreneur. He's in the financial space. We're going to dive into that. He is business partners with Mr. Wonderful, good old Kevin O'Leary himself from Shark Tank. But in my opinion, probably the greatest achievement that he's been able to create has been the X Room. And this is a room where he is able to bring in some of the best network, frankly, that I've ever had in these rooms where people are authentic and in abundance. So today, we're gonna dive into the day in the life with him. Gonna hop over to his office. See you there. My man, Shawn. What's up, man?
So glad you're here.
Oh, dude, I'm stoked for today.
Thank you for the invite.
Of course,
Yeah.
dude. I'm stoked for today, mostly because of the person that you are. Like everything that you've built in terms of networking, stuff like that. I know I've had a lot of people ask specifically about certain names that we have, and yours is one that people have been super interested about seeing really the day in the life and seeing everything that you built. So
Yeah.
I love your space. You have
Thank you so much.
dope aesthetic.
Yeah. Well, when you asked, you asked me about this podcast, I was like, okay, how long is it? And you sent me the schedule. I was like, it's hours and hours. And I was like, this is amazing, man. You're digging deep. I think you just looked at the whole podcast and content. You're like, hey, let's do just something so much greater. And let's think completely different. So it's an honor.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Well, I'm stoked to show people your day in the life, especially the aesthetic, because you've built something beautiful.
Yeah.
So I say let's get started. I'd love to kind of see the space and go after
Let's
it.
do it. So we've been in this building for 5.5 years.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. And I know that you have a whole conglomerate of different places, but this is, obviously we're here in TaxHive, right?
Yes.
And TaxHive is, tell me a little bit more about this company.
Yeah, so as you can see, we're in the TaxHive Event Center space. Just finished this space. You can see it's like that's so, it's
Massive.
spacious and high ceilings. We're really excited about this. TaxHive, we do three things. We do three things really well. We do bookkeeping, tax filing, and tax planning. The average business owner, as you know, working in real estate, does not even think about taxes or structure.
Yep.
And they end up getting bit because of that. And so we come in and we solve that problem for business owners.
Yeah, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
how long have you been doing that for?
So we started TaxHive 5.5 years ago.
Cool.
At that moment, we partnered with Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank.
Let's go,
And
Mr.
so
Wonderful.
So he is not just a talking head.
Yeah.
He's an actual partner of the business.
I love it.
He's been an incredible partner. As you've seen, many millions of eyeballs are seeing his brand. And so we get to use that and leverage his credibility on this space. And so he's been an amazing partner.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like it's an appropriate time to shout out because you do an incredible job of leveraging all your businesses to work synonymously. And it's interesting that we're in the TaxHive Event Center, but this is going to play so well to the X Room, right?
Yes. So it started at I've gone to all sorts of networking things, and there's certain things I liked, certain things I didn't like, and then at some point I said I'm going to build my own table.
Yeah.
I'm going to create my own community, and I'm going to get this thing going. And so I started my first X Room 3 years ago. Had about 20 people in the room. A lot. I think most of them
Yeah.
And then as you saw 2 weeks ago, every quarter I do this event. And 2 weeks ago, it was about 230 people is how many people were in the room. So this thing has grown.
Yeah.
So it was an honor that you attended the X Room. And finally, I feel like that was a great close. That
Oh, man, it was awesome.
Right?
And you've done an incredible job. Like there's very few people that can bring a room with that level of entrepreneurs together. So we're walking into which portion of the business is this?
This is API law.
Okay.
As you can see, they're looking at legal documents.
Yeah.
So a lot of paralegals, attorneys, and so they do all things estate planning and asset protection. So I know that you're a big believer in this.
Massive.
Working in the real estate space, why would you say estate planning, asset protection is so important?
I mean, these are your biggest assets that hold the most weight and leverage, right? And so I mean, if you lose it and you don't have asset protection, there's really not a way out, And so they're your biggest assets. So
we love real estate too, but unfortunately there's a downside that people see an incredible house and you own the house, and so it attracts lawsuits and everything else, and so we really want to protect, especially real estate investors.
100%. So tax law downstairs.
Yes.
API law. Where are we at right now?
So this is the TaxHive team.
Okay.
Someone asked me the other day, why Hive? As you can see, it's a hive of people. We're running around here. between sales, marketing, fulfillment. This is where it all happens.
Love it.
So we want, our motto at TaxHive is the customer is our greatest asset.
Yeah.
And so we want to give them an incredible experience.
How many employees do you have at all times throughout all the companies? What's that look like
So
structure-wise?
75 here.
Okay.
And then we do have accountants from coast to coast.
Okay.
So we do have remote accountants all over, some international teams as well.
Love it. And then how much of your time do you spend here at this office in this building?
I'm here a lot.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so I look at high value relationships
Yeah.
like you as a great strategic partner to TaxHive.
100%.
And I primarily focus on relationships. So
Yeah.
thus the X room, everything else,
Yeah.
I'm looking for relationships. I feel like it's the greatest way to scale.
Yeah. Well, and I think also to that point, the greatest entrepreneurs, they understand opportunity in their vertical and they go vertical. And it sounds like that's what you did, right?
That's
You
it.
started with TaxHive and then just kind of went down the line. See
Yes.
what else value you could bring. Is that how I understand it?
Yes, 100%. We market Kevin's brand heavily. We onboard a lot of clients. As you can see, this team is talking to clients right now. You can see this calendar over here, his schedule. Look at that tight schedule on that right. It is packed. They are busily handling great clients. So that's what it's all about for us.
I love it. And you guys are serving all of America. Are you
Yes.
international yet?
All 50 states, so
Okay.
just tax law in the US.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So of course, everyone should be a Bronco fan. If you're not, you should consider joining. So I love the Broncos. These are from my buddies at Space Station.
Nice.
Yeah, so these
Shawn
are
and those guys, Holiday
So
Boys.
they do a syndicated deal, and
Yep.
these are the syndicates that I'm part of.
That's awesome.
They're good friends of mine. I'm of course a sneaker head. So these right here, these are the Grateful Deads.
Yeah.
This is Bear. Bear was their manager that changed the whole course of their careers
I
and their
love
band.
it.
So this is dedicated to him. So I just keep adding stuff. As you can see, I hate anything that's a lonely space, so I just keep loading stuff up.
I love it. Any entrepreneur that's watching this, you've managed to build multiple, successful businesses. You vertically integrated. You created one of the best, in my opinion, networking communities in the world. What's your number one piece of business advice?
Yeah, so the next X room is going to be at the iHub, and I don't know if you met Corbin Church. He's the founder of iHub.
Yep.
So every couple months I go to iHub, which is basically it's an incubator for entrepreneurs. So there's 90 entrepreneurs in there. Extremely intelligent, scrappy entrepreneur. Gives you fire in your gut talking to them.
Yeah.
And what I've seen in all that mentoring time is it's the start that stops entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
As in, many of them, most of them are pre-revenue still. And they've analyzed and they're intelligent, they've broken it down.
Analysis
They're like,
paralysis.
they're and then they think that, hey, once I get this thing done and then that thing happens, and they feel like there's another thing they got to do. And I just love when you just focus, hey, just go get a start.
Yeah.
Your first one's your worst one.
Yeah.
And then you eventually get better, but you have to get your start.
Yeah.
You don't get your start, you're going to just stay on the bench and you're going to see the business slip away.
Yeah. I love that, man. I love that. Bro, I genuinely appreciate you walking us through. You've created an incredible atmosphere. I love what you've managed to do in such a short amount of time. So
It's such an honor that you would visit us at TaxHive and give us this opportunity.
absolutely.
Really
I'm excited to go back to the studio, dive into
Yes.
really you. But before I do that,
Yep.
I've passed by this thing a couple
Yep,
of
yep.
times. Like, what is this?